Shalom. In the name of YHWH, honor and praises to Yahweh, the God of Israel, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. In saying that, let's get back straight into it. Let's go back to the first book of Peter. First Peter, chapter 4, verse 7. But the end of all things is at hand. And all things is at hand. Okay? Politically, you can see the events unfolding. Astronomically, you can see events, celestial beings are taking place. Understand that we're in a closing period. Okay? And this is what y'all need to know and understand. Okay? That this world, this society that we know, come to love, we all come to an end. Today I was telling one of my co-workers that all things come to an end. Okay, good or bad, they all come to an end. All right. See, so the end is at hand. Okay. Let's go to the book of Matthew. The 24th chapter, verse 42. Watch therefore. I'm gonna read that again. Watch therefore, for ye not know what hour your Lord doth come. Let's read that again. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. Meaning that we don't know what time nor the hour that this man is going to return, but we have to watch, right? Now, when YHWH say watch, what is he talking about? Basically, what he's talking about is two events, astronomical and political, okay? Because these two events that Yahweh speaks through, okay? Because he speaks through his creation, all right? In fact, I'm gonna hold it and let's go to Jeremiah, the 10th chapter, verse 13. When he uttered his voice, there is a multitude of waters in heaven, and he causeth the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth. He make lightning and with rain. Right? He make lightning with rain and bring forth the wind out of his treasures. Okay, and let's go to the book of John. Let's go to the book of John, the 12th chapter. John, chapter 12, verse 28. And listen to what YHWH says. Father, glorify thy name. Then came there a voice from heaven saying, I have both glorified it, and I will glorify it again. The people therefore that stood by and heard it said that it thundered. Others said an angel spoke to him. Verse 30, YHWH answered and said, the voice came not because of me, but for your sakes. Okay, see, so he speaks through his creation. Okay, his prophecies is carried out politically. Okay, when you go Babylonian, politically, he put an end to Babylon through Cyrus and his military. Okay, see, so understand that these events that YHWH say and Peter say, watch, are political and astronomical events. Okay? And this is what y'all need to understand, that the Bible is a political book because it relates to governments and public affairs to a country. Alright? Okay? Let's go back. Matthew 24th chapter, verse 42. Watch therefore. And what you looking for, political and astronomical events to take place. Alright? Understand? Let's go up to the 29th verse. Matthew, the 24th chapter, verse 29. Immediately after the tribulations of those days. Now when it says immediately after the tribulation of those days, that's a political event. Okay? That's a political event. That tribulation period is a political event. And that tribulation period that YHWH is referring to is not the beheading in the 1400s when the Catholic beheaded millions of people that went and bow down and worship their gods. Okay? That's not the tribulation period. The tribulation period that YHWH talking about is the Jacob's trouble. Okay? Because see, you have to understand, Donald Trump fulfilled biblical prophecy. And what I mean is that he signed the Abraham Accords, okay? And acknowledging that Israel, Jerusalem is the capital, okay? And Russia, Magog and Gog, and the Ishmaelites, they all gonna run up in that land of Israel, okay? Understand? So these events is being played out politically. You can see it with Russia and Ukraine, because see, you see Turkey. What happened was that Turkey backed out of it, because see, Turkey and Syria is the northern part of Israel. Okay, that split after Herod, after King Herod. Okay, you had Turkey and Syria. The Turkish said they backing out of that NATO shit. Oh nah, we want to stay neutral. Okay, they backing out because Magog and Gog and Magog, the Russians, it's going to come down. Okay, because when in the Obama administration, what they were doing, holding military exercise on the borders of Turkey. Okay, understand? So when you see Ukraine and Russia, you see governments, okay, clashing. All right, that's what you see, governments clashing against each other to see which institution is going to rule and govern a body of people. Simple, okay? See, so this is what you have to look for. And what he's talking about is Jacob's trouble. In fact, let's get let me go to Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah the 30th Jeremiah the 30th chapter. Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 7. Atlas, mean destruction. For the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And Jacob's trouble is basically that rebuilding of that third temple. Okay, because see, through the Abraham Accords, by Trump acknowledging Jerusalem, it's the capital. That third temple is being built. Okay, and when that third temple is being built, then you're going to see how they're going to come against the children of Israel. Okay, in fact, let's get let me go into the book of Revelations. Revelations chapter 13 verse 7. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. Okay, see, so it was giving him power to make war. Okay, and that power not only comes direct in the order of Yahweh, okay, but through politics and policies. All right, understand? Okay, let's read that again. Revelation chapter 13 verse 7. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And they is going to overcome. Okay? They is going to overcome. Simple to the fact is that they know and understand that we are the children of Israel. Okay? And they is going to overcome. And that's a fact. Alright? So understand. Okay, let's get Daniel, the 8th chapter. Let me go, yeah. Let me get the book of Daniel, the 8th chapter. Daniel, chapter 8, verse 24. And his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. He shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and holy people. which is meaning that all this amazement and shockness, all this tourism is all going to come to an end. Okay, all of it is going to come straight to an end. All right. So Jacob's trouble is basically a political event that's going to take place. That's going to take place. Okay, understand that. All right. It is what it is. Let's go back. Let's go back to Matthew. Matthew, chapter 24, verse 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Now, you have two astronomical events that's going to take place. Okay? Number one is that the moon and the sun is not going to give no light, and the stars. Basically, what it's saying is that when that day comes, it's going to go back into first day creation. Okay? Basically. Let's get Amos. Let me get the book of Amos. The 5th chapter. Amos, chapter 5, verse 20. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness, and not light, even very dark, and no brightness in it? Because in the first day creation, the world was dark. All right, understand? Let's go. Let's go back to the. Let's go to the book of Genesis, the 1st chapter. Genesis, chapter 1, verse 2. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness. What? And darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of Yahweh moved upon the face of the waters. Okay. Now let's go down to verse 14. And Yahweh said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven, to divide the day from the night, and to let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days and years. Now let's go down to verse 16. And Yahweh made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, which is the sun, in Matthew 24th chapter, and the lesser light to rule the night, which is the sun. Which is the moon. Okay. Let's read that again. And Yahweh made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night, which is the moon. And he made the stars also. Now let's go down to verse 19. And the evening and the morning were the 4th day. See, so before the 4th day creation, the world was in darkness. The earth was in darkness, and the animals that was made, it was in darkness. So the 1st day, 2nd day, and the 3rd day creation was in darkness. Okay, and that's what it's going to come back to. Okay, so that's an astronomical event that's going to take place. Okay, now the second is that the stars shall fall from heaven, right? Now when it says the stars shall fall from heaven and the power shall be shaken, basically what he's talking about is a pole reversal. Because the world is going to tremble. Okay, let's see, it's going to tremble and it's going to shake upside down. It's going to shake it upside down. Okay? That's what he's talking about. And so when it be shaking, and it's going to seem like as the world flip upside down on its axis, it's going to seem like the stars is falling down, because the world is going to be flipped upside down. And then what's happening is that you're going to see roll clouds, because the atmosphere is trying to catch up, okay, with the rotation. All right, see, so you're going to have two events, astronomical events that's going to take place. All right, you have a political event that's going to take place, and immediately after that political event is going to be an astronomical event, and it's going to be two of them. basically there's three events that's going to take place. That's going to bring about the end. Okay? That's why 1 Peter 4:7, the end is at hand. Because we are at the end. We are in the latter days that Paul speaks about. Okay? To back that, let me go back to 2nd Ezra in Apocrypha. 2nd Ezra, chapter 12, verse 23. In the last days shall the Most High Yahweh raise up 3 kingdoms, and renew many things therein, and they shall have dominion of the earth. And those 3 kingdoms that he raising up is America, China, and Russia. Okay? Verse 24. And of those that dwell therein with much oppression above all those that were before them. Meaning that in today's time, it's more slavery agendas, more slavery movements than it was in Babylonia, Persian, the Medes, and so forth. Okay? Understand? Because you have philosophy. Okay? You had democracy that gave birth. Alright? Understand? To monotheism religion. Okay? See, so what happened was that the end of monotheism and the beginning of monotheism. Because see, in the Bronze Ages, you had a lot of religion popping up. That's why I tell y'all need to study y'all history. Because I had a not a debate, but we was talking politics with one of my co-workers earlier, and I was asking him like, do you know what this means? Do you know what that means? That word? And he like, no. I'm like, then if you don't know your history, you don't know the terminology that these politicians use, you can't debate nobody. Okay? Because your opinion don't matter. It's about the facts. Okay? That's why it's good to study and research. Okay? And that's what you all need to do. Y'all need to research and study y'all candidates. Y'all need to research and study what y'all voting for. Okay? Because what y'all fail to understand is that what y'all voting for, these agendas are enslavement. Okay? That's going to bring about the Antichrist. That's going to bring about the New World Order. And it's already here. The Antichrist is already here. He just ain't rose into power yet. But you can see him rising into power by these movements, not only here in America, but it's being implemented all across the globe. All right, let's get back. 2nd Ezra, chapter 12, verse 24. Let's start at verse 23 again. And in the last days, which we are in now, shall the Most High Yahweh raise up 3 kingdoms and renew many things therein, and they shall have dominion over the earth. And of those that dwell therein with much oppression, above all those that were before them. They are called the heads of the eagle. For these are they that shall accomplish his wickedness. Now listen. For these are they. Now when you say these, talking about America, China, and Russia. Okay? For these are they that shall accomplish his wickedness, and that shall finish his last end. Which meaning that the world is going to end with America, Russia, and China. See, so what you're seeing right now taking place globally is 2 governing systems, philosophical governing systems. Okay, democracy and communism. Here in America, you see capitalism versus socialism. You better understand the spiritual war that we are in. Okay? But y'all don't have that type of understanding. Because the only thing that's on y'all mind is racism. Sexism. Okay? That's what's on y'all mind. Alright? Socialism. Transparency. Equal justice. Not these commandments. Okay? Alright, let's go back. Alright? See, so basically, you're going to have these astronomical events and political events that's going to take place. And you can see it happening. Okay? Let's go up to Let's go to Joel. Let's go to the Joel, the 2nd chapter. Joel chapter 2, verse 2. And the day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of cloud and of thickness, and the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. Let's read that again. A great people and a strong. There have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Meaning that these astronomical events that going to take place is a one-time event. Okay? It's a generation, because he said, what's the scripture? A generation would not pass until all things fulfilled. It's going to be a generation that's going to witness these celestial and astronomical and political events. They is going to see it. Okay? A generation is going to see that. And nobody not going to see it. It's a one-time opportunity. Okay? It's a one-time opportunity because it will never be displayed again. Okay? It's going to be displayed this one time. It's Jacob's trouble. Okay? Nothing like you ever seen before. Okay? Not the beheading of the Catholic Church. Okay? When what's his name? Rodrigo Borgias, the Borgias, where the Caesar Borgia's father had ordered them to murder, to behead millions of people. They were beheading. Okay? Understand? So they came over here to America for religious freedom. That's why I say America is built on religion. America is built on religion. Okay? Understand that America is not no communist country. America is not no socialist country. Okay? And you have to understand that these Democrats or bureaucrats, the white supremacy group, the KKK, they do not like capitalism, although they're capitalism themselves. But they don't like you having freedom. Like I told the dude on my job, study their agenda, man. You support this democratic agendas, but you don't know that these democratic agendas, all these movements are anti-God, are anti-Yahweh. World ideology and world philosophy is against Yahweh, and Yahweh is against world ideology and philosophy. Like I told you, politics is life. Life is based on politics. Sports, no matter what you do, work, everything that you do in life is based on politics. Because politics means a debate or conflict between individuals and parties, or parties. Okay? Y'all have to understand that. Let's get back to Joel. Joel, chapter 2, verse 10. The earth shall shake before them. What? The earth shall shake before them. The heavens shall tremble. See? So there you go. Earth going to tremble. It's going to be shaking, flipping upside down. Okay? The sun and the moon shall be dark. Let's read that again. The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. Meaning that the world went back into its first day creation. Okay? It went back into its first day creation. Right? Now, let's go back into the book of Daniel. Let's go. Daniel, chapter 7, verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down. Now, when he said he beheld, that means he hold that vision for a long time, an X amount of time. So he's seen the beginning, and he's seen the end of America, China, and Russia. Okay? Because them three kingdoms is going to carry out the end. Okay? Understand we are at the end game. Okay? Let's read that again. I beheld till the thrones was cast down, as to the ancient of days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire, meaning that they went back to the beginning. Okay? Because it was Yahweh, his first creation was YHWH. And through YHWH came all creation. So all things was made by him, through him, for him. Okay? Understand. Alright, it is what it is, okay? Let's go back. Job, chapter 2, verse 11. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great, for he is strong that execute his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible. Who can abide in it? Who won't be able to stand up in that day? Ain't nobody gonna stand up in that day because the earth is gonna be shaking and trembling. Alright? Understand that we are at the end times. Okay? Let's go to the book of Romans. Let's go to the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time. Now when he said, and that knowing the time, is basically prophecy. Knowing what time or what stages of the prophecy we are at. Okay? Because you had several political and astronomical events that talks about the coming and talks about the end. Okay, let's read that again. And that knowing the time, that is now high time to wake up out of the sleep. And then when you're talking about sleep, it's not when you close your eyes, it's talking about understanding. You don't understand the biblical prophecies. Why? Because they are politically and astronomically being played out. Okay? Politically through the politicians' agenda and legislation. Okay? And astronomically. But America is too distracted on racism, transparency, and equal justice. Alright? That's what y'all focuses on. So y'all not able to see. Alright? Y'all not able to see. That's why Matthew 24, he say, watch therefore, because you don't know what time this man gonna come. Okay? Understand that. See, let's read that again. Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake up out of the sleep. And what he mean by high time is that we are in the later stages of prophecy. Because see, understand, astronomically, the Son of God, YHWH came. Okay? Let's get Revelations. Revelations, chapter 12, verse 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And she being with child cried, traveling in birth pain and in pain to be delivered. And that woman that was clothed with the sun and the moon is talking about the constellation Virgo. Okay, because each sign brings forth in its own season. Okay, because understand Yahweh speaks through his creation. Okay, and he spoke about his coming of his son. Okay, because his son came and established politically a kingdom. Okay, astronomically he came. Okay, let's go to Matthew, the 2nd chapter. Matthew chapter 2, verse 1. And now when YHWH was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem. Now those wise men were astronomers. They studied the stars. Okay, they gazed up at the celestial beings. Okay, verse 2, saying, where is he that is born, King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east, and are come to worship him. And when they seen his star in the east, basically is that when they looked up in the sky, okay, they seen I think it's Venus or Uranus, one of them that's bright blue. It was one of Saturn, Venus, or Uranus, one of them planets, right? That showed that was bright. Okay, at first they were saying it was Halley's Comet, but it wasn't Halley's Comet. It wasn't a comet that passed by that seen that bright star. It was a planet, because see, a planet is called the star. All right? And what the wise man got that from is from the prophecy. Okay? Biblical prophecy of his coming, astronomically. Okay, let's go to the book of Numbers. Numbers, chapter 24, verse 17. I shall see him, but not now. And he's not going to see him now is because he have a ministry to do. Okay? He have to bring forth that ministry. Okay? Because when you go back into the book of Matthew, those that sat in that region, light sprung up, and light is them commandments. Okay? And what's the other scripture? All was going to be taught. They come in to know Yahweh. Okay? Understand? Let's read that again. And I shall see him, but not now. And that basically also talking about his resurrection. Okay? I shall behold him, but not night. There shall come a star out of Jacob. What? There shall come a star out of Jacob. And a scepter shall rise out of Israel. And that scepter is Yahweh resurrection. Okay, excuse me, y'all. See, so understand his birth, astronomical. Okay, let's go politically. Let's go to Isaiah, the 9th chapter. Isaiah, chapter 9, verse 6. For unto us a child is born, and unto us is talking about the nation of Israel. Unto us a son is given, and the government shall be on his shoulders. And that government that they talking about, biblically, is called the commandments. Politically, it's called theocracy. Now, theocracy is a divine intervention. A man ruled through that divine intervention. All right? Those commandments are divine intervention. Right? Now, who ruled through those inventions, through those divine inventions today, is the Catholic Church. Because see, the Catholic Church is still part of the Roman Empire. It just politically is broken up, but the religious aspect of worshiping of the Roman Catholic, okay, that been displayed here in Miami. I mean, not in Miami. I mean, here in America. Excuse me. It's been displayed here in America, and that is what you call Christian Catholic, Christianity. Okay. Christianity, Catholic, Christianity, they the same religion, okay? They both believe in Nimrod. They both believe in the Nemesis. They both believe in Talmud. But in today's time, they call him Mary and Jesus, okay? Understand, all right? So they're talking about his government, okay? Let's go to Isaiah chapter 22, verse 21. And I will clothe him with thy robe and strengthen him with thy girdle, and I will commit thy government into his hands. And that government is called theocracy, which is going to be in his hands. Okay, so politically he came establish a kingdom, right? Let's go to Matthew. Matthew chapter 4, verse 17. From that time Yahweh began to preach and to say, repent. Because repent means to turn back. For the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And that kingdom they talking about is called, today, political terminology, a country. Okay? A kingdom is a country, and a country is a kingdom. Why? Because you have cities and its territories that come together that form a state in a country. Okay? Understand that. So let me show you another example. Go back to the example. Okay? Go back to the example. Example. This is what Yahweh represented. Okay? His death and his resurrection. This right here, kingdom at hand, is called a one world religious governing system. Okay? Biblically, they call it the commandments, the kingdom. Okay, the kingdom is a one world governmental system. So you have Manasseh, Nephilim, Asher, Dan, Ephraim, Reuben, Simeon, Judah. They all come together to form a country. Okay? Understand that. The Bible is a political book because it relates to a country. Alright? It relates to government and public affairs. Okay? Understand that. Alright? Let's go back, so his birth to a country, right? Let's go to Daniel. Go to the book of Daniel, the 8th chapter, verse 7. Verse 8. Therefore the goat waxed very great, and that goat is called Greece. And when he was strong, the great horn was broken. And when it says he, it's talking about Alexander and his 4 generals. Okay? And as for it came up 4 noble ones towards the 4 winds of the earth. Okay? And those 4 noble ones are called America, China, Russia, and the 4th one is Ethiopia, the queen of the south. Okay, but it's not mentioning in the scriptures, okay, concerning the end time, because see, you have to understand, Ethiopia never been conquered militarily since the beginning. It never was conquered. Okay, Queen Sheba, she wasn't playing that. It wasn't happening. Okay, verse 9. And out of one of them came forth a little horn, which waxed exceedingly great towards the south, towards the east, and towards the pleasant land. And that little horn that came out of the 4 noble ones are the stages that we in right now. Okay, that's why Paul said in Romans 13, it's high time to wake up. Because politically, prophecies have come to pass, and astronomically, they have come to pass. Okay? Understand that. That's why he says it's high time to wake up. Because at the end of those stages, we are at the end time. Watch and look at prophecy. Look at the news. Not social media, but the mainstream media. International policies and regulations that's taking place across the globe. Okay, understand, we are in the end days that Paul speaks about. Okay, let's go back to Romans. Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time, that it's high time to wake up out of the sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than we believe. Because why? YHWH done came, established a kingdom, and he done went back to the Father. And he said, I will be back. Okay? And he on his way back. Okay? Understand. That's why in Peter 4 and 7, the end is at hand. Okay? And we are at the end. And Paul said it's high time to wake up. Wake up and understand what you're watching. Wake up and understand these politicians' agenda and the terminology that they use. Okay? Let's get Romans the 13th chapter. Shalaki. Let me get Hebrews. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 9. Be not carried about with divers and strange doctrines. See, so you can't be carried with these strange doctrines. Marxism, socialism, transparency, racism. Okay? You got so many racism, fat. Next thing you know, it's going to be fat people against skinny people. Skinny people going to call fat people racism. Fat people that lose weight are going to call skinny people racism. See, so philosophy never stopped. Philosophy never stopped, and y'all going to keep on eating it and keep on eating it until that time comes to an end. Okay? When you get full, then you understand. Okay? That's when you're going to come to understanding. Alright? Romans chapter 13, Verse 12. The night is far spent. The day is at hand. Meaning that ever since Satan was let loose out of that prison, which is the that pit Europe, because it was in darkness. Okay? Wickedness continue. Okay? That's why wickedness continue. That's why YHWH say in the days of Noah, they were eating and drinking until that flood came and they knew not. Okay? And history repeats itself. You understand? History repeats itself. You can study history all you want. It repeats itself. Okay? Ain't nothing new under the sun. Everything that's taking place right now in 2022 took place back in Persia, back in Babylonia, okay, back in Egypt. Okay, this ain't nothing new under the sun. Okay, we just have advanced technology and we don't use kingdoms and we don't use certain political terms that they spoke back in those days. We have new terminology. Kingdom is the country, country is the kingdom. Okay, bureaucracy is a religious governance system. Okay, biblically they're called the commandments. All right. See, this is what y'all have to understand when he said, and the apocrypha renew many things. Many things being renewed through philosophy, through democracy. Because see, democracy promotes independence and free will. And I told this dude at my job, right? We were talking. I'm like, yo, you need to learn your governments, because what you saying, you don't have no knowledge or no understanding of what you're talking about, because you watching podcasts and them people talking about their own opinion because they are socialists. Okay, so they have a one-way thinking. Okay, understand that. All right. So the night is far spent. Okay, the night is far spent, meaning that darkness that they talking about is these movements, this legislation that y'all support. They are darkness. There is no darkness in abortion. There is no light. I mean, there is no light in abortion. Excuse me. There is no light. Where's the light in an abortion? Where's light? And deceiving people. You don't get no honor out of lying and deceiving people. Living a transgender lifestyle, homosexuality, practicing. What's light into that? No, there's no light in that. That's nothing but straight darkness. Okay? So that day is at hand. Romans chapter 13, verse 12. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. And the armor of light are these commandments. That's the armor of light, the commandments. Okay? To cast off the darkness, and the works of darkness is supporting this ideology and philosophy and these movements. BLM, Me Too. All these movements is a bunch of bullshit. Okay? It's a bunch of distractions that's not going to help you when that time comes. Okay? To finish that off, let's get Matthew. And I'm gonna give you an example of what I'm talking about, that this video basically is about. Okay? Matthew chapter 25, verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And that's the scriptures, the Bible. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps, but took no oil with them, meaning that they had T.D. Jakes in a iPod, right? They had these Bible pamphlets in their back pocket. Okay, they got the Bible in one hand. They walking. Okay, knocking on people's doors. Bum, 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 bum. All right. Now let me stop. All right. Okay. Verse 4. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. Meaning that whether you into the Lord, Yahweh, or not, whether you believe or not, point is that we all right now is slumbering and sleeping. Because we either working, doing videos, or we are busy in the daily activity. we are doing something. If not, we're resting, watching TV, cooking, or whatever. All right? Verse 6. At midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom came forth. Go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us your oil, for our lamps are gone out. Meaning that when them when them astronomical and political events take place, that we read in Matthew 24:29, when that take place, they're going to find out that philosophy and all that Me Too movement and antiquity ain't going to help you. It's not going to save you. Okay? See, so when these events took place and when YHWH came with his father and them angels, it was too late. Okay? So they don't know, the foolish don't know what's going on. Alright? They have no understanding because they were still asleep. While you had the other wise virgins understood, because their eyes was open. They understood biblical prophecy. They understood that the Bible is a political book and Yahweh prophecies are politically played out through the politicians' agenda. Okay? And that these astronomical events that he speaks through. Okay? That's why the elect is going to be saved out of it, because they understand. Alright? Let's go back. Matthew 25th chapter, verse 8. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered and said, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell, and buy yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they were ready, went in with him to the marriage. And when they went in with him to the marriage, they're talking about they went into that kingdom that we read in Joel, the 2nd chapter. When he come back, call out his elect. It's a wrap, okay? That's what he's talking about, that kingdom, okay? That's why he just said in Matthew, that's why we said, let's go to Matthew, the 24th chapter, verse 44. Therefore ye be also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man coming. Okay, so you be ready. So the 5 wise was ready because they understood biblical prophecy. Okay, the foolish, like how some of you all are now, y'all foolish. So y'all gonna get caught with y'all pants down. Okay, because y'all don't understand that this is a political and astronomical event that's gonna bring about this kingdom and this new world order. I mean, bring about this kingdom and an end to this new world order. Okay, put an end to this kingdom. Do you understand? Okay? It is what it is. Let's go back. Matthew chapter 25, verse 10. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they were ready, went with him to the marriage. And the door was shut. And afterward came also other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, verily, I say unto you, I know you not. Okay? He don't know you because you never kept the commandments. To know Yahweh, to know YHWH is to keep the commandments. Okay? You never kept the commandments. The only thing you kept was ideology and philosophy. Okay? That's the only thing that you kept. Is socialism, transparency, equal justice. Okay? That's all you kept. You didn't keep the commandments. Okay? You supported and protested the movements and politician legislation. You didn't support these commandments. Okay? It is what it is, alright? Verse 13. Watch therefore, for ye know not neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. See, so you don't know. That's why Paul say it's high time to wake up. Because the end is here, it's at hand. Okay? And it's being played out through the mainstream media. Okay? Because the mainstream media is displaying that, it's advertising the end of the world. It's advertising Yahweh's prophecies. Okay? And it's being shown through the mainstream media. Alright? That's what y'all have to understand. Okay, let's get 1 Corinthians. Shalaki, let's go to 1 Thessalonians. I believe. 1 Thessalonians. 2 Thessalonians, I believe. What? 2 Thessalonians or Corinthians? What? Yeah. 1 Corinthians. Chapter 15, verse 34. Awake to righteousness, and sin not, for some have not the knowledge of Yahweh. I speak this to your shame, and I speak to your shame because y'all don't know Yahweh. Okay, y'all don't know Yahweh, because y'all don't know the commandments. Okay, the fear of the Lord is the keeping of the commandments. That's why he say awake to these commandments. Wake up and understand what y'all looking at. Okay? Wake up and understand and see how this game is being played politically and astronomically. Okay? Because these Democrats or bureaucrats tell you every day that you are children of Israel. Okay? You have to understand that these people, these bureaucrats that rule over us to this day are in the scriptures. Okay? You have to understand slavery is in the scriptures. America is not a racist country. Okay? Racism do not exist. Okay? Racism is doctrinated. Okay? Through through the media. Okay? And politicians' agenda. But racism do not exist if you understand the scriptures in slavery, or I can say biblical prophecy. Okay? Well, it's time for me to get up out of here. May Yahweh grace be upon you all. Okay? Shalom.